Hello, this is going to be a two-part video about a book and record set by Peter Pan Records, a story of Dracula, the Wolfman, and Frankenstein. Now on the outside of the cover, it says Power Records, but on the record itself, it says Peter Pan. Well, for those who don't know, Peter Pan also manufactured Power Records, and they manufactured Rocking Horse Records as well. Now, this may very well be the very best story that Peter Pan ever released. It is really good. I bought this record originally in the fall of 1979. A friend of mine brought his to school. I saw it and I liked it. I asked him, well, where'd you get this? He said at Big K. Well, I was kind of doubtful about that because Big K didn't sell children's records. Well, a couple days later, my parents took me to Big K, and sure enough, they had started selling children's records, and they had this one, and I bought it. Well, sadly, the boy I was just telling you about, well, he's in jail now for murder. I don't know how many murders he committed, but he committed more than one. He got a double life sentence. And I sure am sorry for that. I'm sorry for the victims, and I'm sorry that he threw his life away. I never would have suspected that he would have killed anybody. Well, now I'm going to play this record.
The hour is late, and the mood is fear, as two exhausted human beings crash through the underbrush and into a clearing. But there is no pause in their flight, for the baying of ravening hounds is hard on their heels.
No, Eric. Not if we can reach those trees yonder. Hurry, darling. Just a few paces more. Hurry!
After an eternity of seconds.
That's it, darling. Climb up as high as you can.
But the man knows his companion is not yet safe, and all caution is thrown aside as he reaches for a stout branch and prepares to defend his love when suddenly... Oh! And like a blanket, calm enfolds the once enraged dogs, and they trot off, docile and tame as household pets, to the feet of their master.
Please, gentlefolk, do not be afraid. The dogs will do you no harm. I am to blame entirely for this terrible incident. It was senseless of me to continue hunting after the sun had gone down. Forgive me. And please allow me to make this up to you in some way.
The stranger's voice is openly friendly, but not till Erica is safely on the ground does the man Vincent reply.
You are a gentleman, sir. But you may wish you had not so quickly called off your dogs when you learn who I am.
Then please tell me. I can stand the suspense no longer.
My name is Vincent. I am the nephew, the very proud nephew of Baron von Frankenstein. This is my fiancée, Erica.
In that case, you are the new Baron von Frankenstein, now that your uncle is dead, which entitles you to the simple hospitality of my home for as long as you may desire. Please accompany me. You must.
If you insist. You are very kind, and we are exhausted.
With his fiancée safely mounted on the horse of their new friend, the tension of the previous few days falls away, and soon the party comes in sight of a magnificent castle.
My home, Baron von Frankenstein, and yours, for as long as you would like to stay.
You are too kind, sir. I fear you may not know of the events surrounding my uncle's death. I feel honor-bound to tell you of them before we cross the threshold of your home.
I know the events, Baron. His experiments, the monster he created, the destruction the monster caused, and finally the enraged villagers who caused the death of your uncle. But you are merely his nephew.
Aye, merely. but a Frankenstein nevertheless, and tainted. The villagers were not satisfied to murder my uncle. They came to my home at the dinner hour. They howled in rage as they burned my home to the ground, and in greater rage as Erica and I escaped in the confusion. We have been pursued, hounded from that moment.
Ah, here we are. My home.
It's
Glad you are pleased, mademoiselle. This ordeal must have been terrifying for you. You must think a great deal of our young baron.
I love him, sir. And if needs be, I will die beside him. If we can just keep them from finding our... Oh, Vincent.
What Erica is most worried about is that if it is discovered that I actually assisted my uncle at times and know all the secrets which supposedly died with him, our pursuers will double in number and surely destroy us.
Please, baron. Enough of this depressing. We shall both go. And after a comfortable dinner, we shall sip wine before my great fireplace, and all this will happen in another way.
Soon the new Baron Frankenstein calmly bathes. A calm which is broken by...
Erica!
Quickly, Vincent pulls on his pants and runs from the room.
Erica! Erica, where are you? Erica!
You need go no further, Baron. What you seek is through this door.
Erica, is she in there? I thought I heard her scream. Was it Erica?
His newfound friend stands in mute silence. Finally, Vincent brushes roughly past him and into the indicated room.
What is this? It seems...
Like a blast of cold air, the full impact of the room strikes Vincent Frankenstein. The room, except for minor differences, is the duplicate of his uncle's laboratory. The room in which his uncle created what became known as Frankenstein's monster.
Explain this. No. First tell me where Erica is.
Calm down, my good Baron. This laboratory represents my failure at the same experiment your uncle succeeded at. The same experiment you will succeed at if you ever expect to see your beloved again alive.
In a blind rage, Vincent rushes past his betrayer.
Look for her if you will, fool! This castle has hundreds of rooms, dozens of tunnels and miles of labyrinthian dungeons and torture chambers. She would starve before you could find her. That is if I put her in an obvious place, and not behind some secret panel somewhere. No, Baron Frankenstein, you will not search for your missing Erica. You will build me a man, a slave, so I will, and will start now, or your beloved Erica will never see the light of a new day.
All right. I'll do it.
To escape the torture of not knowing, Vincent hurls himself into his sleepless work, creating a living man from dead bodies which his now hated enemy supplies in abundance.
No more bodies. I've all the parts I need. Where do you get all these bodies? And in such good condition? In heaven's name, man.
I really want you to be happy. I wouldn't supply you with inferior material. Am I correct in assuming that we are at the final stage?
You are correct. But we will never complete that final stage until and unless I see Erica safe and unharmed. If I don't, I'll...
Baron, please don't get overly dramatic. Mind your dials and gadgets like a good boy. And if you look to my left, you'll see your fiancé. Safe.
Oh, Vincent!
Enough! My, assistants will guide your Erica as you work, Baron. Do not make any false moves, or they will kill her. Make no mistake about that. I am too resolved to be stopped by false heroics. Move!
With practiced fingers, young Baron Frankenstein manipulates his panel and finally throws the switch that controls the raw electricity. As the machinery dies down, Vincent cranks the reclining body to an upright position.
Is he alive? Can he hear? He's not moving, not breathing.
Give it some time. It could be hours before we know.
An eyelid flutters open as the two men talk.
Good Lord. He's alive and enraged.
His brain inflamed, the patchwork creature stumbles forward as his creator tries to restrain him.
Stop! Sit down! Stop!
Stop him, guards! Stop him, or it will mean your deaths!
The two robed guards release Erica and lurch toward the raging creature.
Subdue him, Cretans, before he reaches the door!
But brute force cannot stop this monster. He smashes one guard and hurls the other with all his strength into the wall. And now he pauses. No one bars his path but the frail and beautiful Erica. Slowly he raises his eyes to hers and again moves forward.
No! Stay away from her!
Who can know the thoughts this monster has as he approaches? And now lifts the girl from the cold stone and over his head.
No!
Who can say if he thinks at all as he steps to the window ledge and hurls the girl to her death and walks away from this now silent room, leaving a man whose mind reels and heart shrivels in his chest.
Erica! Erica! She's dead. No, she's moving, I think. Oh, help her, help her. She's alive, but broken. She looks so helpless. Count, this is your doing. Help her, please. I'll do anything to repay you, please. I beg of you.
Without a word, the evil host steps up to the window, raises his face to the moon, and parts his lips. First, an answering growl drifts upward. Then a shadow breaks free from the darkness of the forest and trots quickly to the side of the moaning Erica. As it becomes more distinct to Vincent's unbelieving eyes, his worst dreams become reality. It has the form of a wolf, but its gray color, its bearing, implies a more fearsome presence. The presence of the werewolf.
It's attacking her, and she's helpless. No! No! Good Lord!
In his hysterical state, Vincent hardly feels the hand which steals behind his neck and clenches. There is a brief shock as he slips nerveless to the floor, and blackness enfolds him. Back on the ground, Erica has survived the attack of the werewolf, and though unconscious, her breathing is regular.
There she is.
She seems so still.
Don't worry, she's alive. Talk, Bela. Gather her up and bring her along.
Yes, Grandmother. All right. We've got her.
She's very beautiful, Grandmother.
Yes, now.
Hours later, Erica slowly regains consciousness.
Oh. Come, child, wake up. You have slept long enough. There is much to do. Wake up.
Oh, where am I? How did I get here? Oh, I've had such nightmares. What is happening to me?
You are in a gypsy camp, and I am Maliva, queen of the gypsies. And you are here to serve and make your place till the end of your days.
What are you saying? Oh, Vincent! Vincent, where are you? I need you. This is insane. Please, tell me, this is all a dream.
Girl, silence. This is no dream, nor will it end. You will stay here and you will work, or you will be beaten till you beg for mercy. Now go and begin your chores, or so help me, the beatings will begin right now.
Move along.
All through the morning and hot afternoon, Erica toils into the cruel discipline of Bela, Maliva's grandson, as Maliva herself watches with a baleful eye.
That's it. Make her work for her king.